So around 1995, 1996, Kolja was in his mid-20s. He was a software developer and he decided he wanted to learn how to draw. He picks up a book which promises to teach you how to draw across 500 drawings. Like, you do the 500 drawings, they teach you all these different things. Each drawing teaches you stuff, and then by the end you can draw really well. Kolja is a hard worker and he gets to work.
Looking back, those exercises probably made a lot of sense. There were a lot about, learning how to see shapes, perspective, shading, light and shadow. But it was all very, very boring objects. All I remember is that I was terribly exhausted and frustrated. So eventually I gave up. And then I kind of decided, no, that's nothing for me. Obviously, this is the stuff that artists do, and I cannot enjoy it. And it's so frustrating and so hard. And I spent hours in a very simple drawing. It's obviously, I don't have it in me. I'm not an artist. I'm the technical guy.
20 years later, now in his mid-40s, he realizes, you know what, I still have this art bug. I still want to learn how to draw, and he tries again. This time, there's one thing that is completely different about his approach, and this time, he is super successful. So Kolja isn't trying to become like a professional artist. He wants to be a really good artist for his own creative endeavors, right? Because he's a professional software developer already. And he gets really good. He doesn't just get good in one area. He gets good at figure drawings. I really like Kolja's gestural figure drawings. He gets really good at designing really fun, charismatic characters, little animal characters. He gets really good at drawing animals. He does tons of urban sketching and gets really good at that. He does portraits and improves a ton at portraits. So all kinds of different artistic interests that he has, and he gets really good at all these different things, right? So how did he do that while working, and having a full-on career in a completely different field, and in his mid-40s already? How did he learn these things? A lot of people, I think, assume that that's not possible, or that if someone was able to do that, they just must have started out with, already ahead, already having advantages. But if you look at his early drawings, like from when he was in his mid-20s, you can see there wasn't actually anything super special about his drawing abilities. And then you fast forward to when he started again in his mid-40s, and you can see there basically not that much progress had been made. But then you start to see rapid improvements.
I was so thrilled by seeing that I could one day be able to kind of translate what I have in my head, like a setting, a scenery, a story, a character, and put that on a page. Actually make it like so other people could actually understand it.
And there's one ingredient. When I was talking to him, I thought he was going to talk about, well, it was these couple of technical insights, that really took me to the next level. I just happened to find the exact right tutorial. I was secretly hoping he would say he watched one of my videos, but that doesn't make sense because I wasn't making videos then. So when I came out of the interview with Kolja, there was one word that was just circulating in my head. This was the key ingredient: fun. Now, actually, I should clarify, because I think he was pretty specific about it's not always just fun.
Having fun different from enjoyment, actually. I mean, to me, it's just the enjoyment or the interest goes deeper. It's not always fun, when you draw something that you enjoy. I know I get terribly frustrated at times because I just can't do it the way that I want to, but I really want to, and I know that it could be enjoyable if I just knew how to do it.
Right.
So then I need to do the studies. So.
He started to develop different ways of practicing that would keep himself really engaged.
Since 2015, when I understood that the enjoyment is really what drives me, and that motivates everything else that I need to learn, I just kept drawing basically every single day.
So one thing that he does every morning is he'll put down a squiggle or a set of squiggles, and then look at these squiggles and try to turn the squiggles into little characters, little animal characters. And then sometimes he might color those. And he even developed some of them into like a proper sticker set, which I'll link to below. I have one on my iPad I really like. I feel like this is like the bouncer that protects all my artwork in my iPad. Not that anyone's trying to steal it. So always being pulled forward by your creative passion, by what you want to be creating in any given moment, is really going to be like that rocket fuel that keeps you practicing. And then it's like, why do I need to spend time drawing boxes? It's so boring, perspective's so boring. Well, because it's going to help me create this thing that I really do care about, right? Now, some of you right now might be thinking, oh man, but I don't know what I want to create. You know, it's not that Kolja always knew exactly what project he wanted to create. It's always morphing and changing. So at one point it was the graphic novel, then it became, you know, his set of animal characters, and now he's actually using those artistic skills plus his crazy programming skills and other skills to create a game, right? An awesome, it sounds like a really cool game. And so what he wants to make is morphing and changing in any given time. So it's not that you have to have a really clear-cut, you know, big overall vision and project that you're working towards at all times, but just right now, what are you really interested in? What do you really care about? What are you passionate about? And start to create it.
But I tried a lot of it, and then, you know, you branch out, you explore, and then you discard most of it, and then you kind of go in one direction, and then you branch out again and explore, and then you cut most of that again. So it's a lot of that exploration and pruning in the process. There's my main point was really like that shift that I made from trying just to learn how to draw without really knowing where I wanted to go, to focusing on the enjoyment of it all. That is the major thing.
So this actually also relates to a conversation I had with Marek, who is an instructor in our study group, and he helps give feedback to study group members. And he's really thoughtful about learning to draw and learning to paint, and he's really passionate about it too. I'm always just trying to help people with technique. Technique is hard, getting good at drawing and painting is hard, and I'm always just like, how can we just help people understand these principles and ideas? But something that Marek is always reminding me is that all of the technique and all of that, they're all a means to an end. And it's useful to know what that end is. You know, what do you want to create ultimately? And let that pull you forwards. And then when you do go off into specific skills, you know why. It's because you're building towards this thing, you know? And so this is something, after speaking to Kolja, I started to think, okay, I think especially because of this channel and things like that, I think I'm often getting lost in technique, because it's almost like technique is the end goal. Like just impressing people with technical skill and stuff is the end goal, but that's not the real end goal, right? What's the personal work? What's the thing I want to express? What's the stuff that I want to create? It's something that I've started to think about a lot more. And so my question for you is, what do you want to create? What makes you feel passionate? And it's really useful to just start to draw and paint that way. And it might not look the way you want it to look. And then you go, oh, I really want this to look, you know, this way. And then you go off and do the technique. And then the technical study is always serving that thing that you really love, that you want to create. And what you love and what you create can be ever changing. It can be ever evolving. Okay. So in terms of other ingredients that really helped Kolja continue to progress?
I wanted to let community play a big role for me, but it was really hard to find one for me. I mean, on the internet, it's like, I mean, these days it's even worse. It's really hard to find like a nice community. Often it's like very big, and you know, you just get spammed with everyone posting stuff, or nothing happens at all, and it's not that interesting. So I would say like life drawing was really like hitting that sweet spot for me, where it was like, it felt like cozy and like intimate enough, but so that you can actually get to know people and it wasn't too big and not too small, and it was like just very interesting to see what people are posting. And so for me, that has kind of really become my home community.
So if you want to join that community, you can. It's free to check it out. And then within that, if you really want to get more serious and hang out with other people who are really serious about their skills, there's the study group, so you can check that out too. Now, Kolja is a super clever guy. He made this 3D model that is basically the heart of one of our courses, our Figure Foundations course. If you want to check out that course and do it, you can join our study group too. If you are in your mid-30s, in your mid-40s, in your mid-50s, in your mid-60s, in your mid-70s or 80s, you can make massive progress in your drawing and painting. And I've seen it. This Kolja's story is one of many. And so this is something that I really love about drawing and painting. And so I think the message that Kolja brought is so powerful, which is, in order to keep going, we need to always ensure that we're looking for that passion, the thing that we enjoy, the thing that we love, that we're following what we love when we draw and paint. And that love of what we're doing, even if it's frustrating, even if it's difficult, is going to pull us forward and help us to jump over all the hurdles and keep us going. Something that sometimes I think I forget, and so I hope you enjoyed this reminder of it.